Hello, my name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report, and today we have some breaking news. This is not a usually scheduled live broadcast, but I felt that it was important for us to talk about some of the breaking news today. It is Monday, November 29th, 2021. And this morning we received a press release from Truck-Lite's parent company, which is Clarience Technologies. They've made an acquisition purchasing a company in Australia called LED Autolamps. Now, this Australian-based provider of commercial truck and trailer off-highway LED lighting products was a strategic acquisition for Truck-Lite's parent company. This is going to expand their global footprint, and it's going to strengthen their position and presence in Australia and in Europe. What was interesting about the press release and why I felt it was necessary to talk about this breaking news is because of what they said in the press release, specifically around the fact that they felt this acquisition was strategic in relation to autonomous and electric technologies. Therefore, this is going to have a effect in North America, and it seems that future releases will provide us with more information on that. I quote, "The changes happening in commercial transportation today are driving our customers to think and act globally, and we must respond," said Brian Kupchela, the CEO of Clarience Technologies. And so this has an impact on other heavy duty parts manufacturers in North America. Think of companies like competition to Truck-Lite, Grote, for example. These kinds of acquisitions and this global presence strengthens Truck-Lite's position globally. And as part of this larger group, it provides them with obviously new technology that was being developed by LED Autolamps in Australia for the European market, which then, of course, will trickle down into the North American market, as we've seen happen with other technologies. So this is breaking news today, something that I thought was important for everyone following heavy duty parts to know about. Another big development today, which is something that personally, when I see this kind of breaking news on news outlets that are more traditional, I often find that it just raises a lot of anxiety. But I think that this is something we need to talk about. This new virus, the new variant, is been identified in North America. So we might have heard a little bit about that over the weekend. And it has been identified in one of the Canadian cities, Ottawa, Ontario. And this identification of the variant in North America so quickly probably indicates that it's in the US as well. And the reason why I feel this is something I wanted to talk about is because of the impact on travel that it may have. So we've just recently gotten back to trade shows. The land border between the US and Canada has opened. And that was the first time in almost 18 months. And so right away, G7 countries have restricted travel from South Africa, but there are countries where that are part of the African continent that have not been included in the restrictions, like Nigeria. It was just released today that the variant in Ottawa, Canada, came from Nigeria. So there's there's going to be other countries added very quickly to that list over the next week or two. The issue, though, on North American soil is if the variant is here and travel is restricted between the US and Canada in any way. You think of flying, maybe there will be a lot longer lineups, PCR tests required in both directions. That could really impact the ability for people to travel from Canada to the US, from the US to Canada for the purpose of trade shows or business trips like that. That would affect certainly the heavy duty parts report and myself. But what I'm more concerned about is, will this have any impact on the land border and the free flow of people back and forth across the border? Because that is so essential to the North American economy. Canada benefits from it, but so do a lot of the Northern American states who rely heavily on people coming from Canada down to the States and spending money. The other thing is with the supply chain, basically crippled in some areas around the world, is this going to add to further issues with the supply chain? And that has the impact on parts manufacturers and parts distributors. Because again, if there's further restrictions, if there's further if a slowdown of the supply chain globally, then what we will see is raw materials will not make it to manufacturers, and manufacturers will not be able to get parts to distributors as quickly. So this has the potential to set us back in our progress with coming out of the pandemic. And it's something that we definitely want to keep an eye on. And so that's the breaking news today. I wanted to share it with you. Thank you for tuning in live, and we will keep you up to date as we hear more about both of these stories and as new stories are released. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.